Okay, I pulled my practice piece from the form. You can see here, unfortunately, the practice piece did pull some of that form material with it. I'm not exactly sure why. This is where most of the epoxy was. Came free, nice and clear. Evidently, the mold release spray just didn't work like I thought it would. That's okay, because I'll just use tape from now on. And I do want to try one time shooting on plexiglass. My son-in-law's father, I don't know if there's a name for that, but my son-in-law's father recommended trying plexiglass, so I'm going to give that a shot. Now, it cannot be seen very well in here. There's a little, well, maybe it can be seen very well. There's a little imperfection right in the middle of that epoxy. That, I think, is from using Vaseline as part of trying to create a mold release on here. I thought I was going to use paste wax, but I couldn't find my paste wax. So when I thought I needed to touch that up, I used Vaseline, and I do wonder if the epoxy just pulled some of that petroleum up to the top of that first layer, and now it's kind of embedded in there. So I'll try something different next time. Now I want to pretty this up a little bit. I got some cleanup on the sides and on the bottom. I'll start off with a chisel, and then I will probably get to the sander. Some of this stuff on the side might be just as easy to knock it off with a chop saw. So I'll get to work on that. I really want to try to get precise when I'm trimming up these pieces of work. So I really want to get some nice square cuts. So I typically always, with this saw, typically always have to make a practice cut on something just to make sure that I'm cutting square. Unfortunately, with this material, I can't make this workpiece set up square to the saw's fence. So I clamp it to another piece of wood. It's got a straight edge. This piece of wood that has a straight edge. Then I use a ruler to measure my distance. Hard to see here with the phone, but I'm at 3/8 there. And I'm at 3/8 there as well. Just a little bit off earlier, and I had to tweak it just a little bit. And then I'm going to sneak up on this. So with that in mind, I'm going to take this thing nice and slow. Unfortunately, you get pieces of wood like this, and they may not be perfectly straight, or they may be thicker on one side than another. So really got to hunt and find to get a good piece of wood in order to make those precise cuts that you want. So that really worked out really nice. Used a combination of table saw, planer, and sander, and I feel really good about getting all of that extra material off of there. Now here's something that I saw that was very interesting. I got this little divot where the bottom of my epoxy just didn't go quite flat, I think. That's visible through this side, especially if there's any kind of dirt in there. So I got to get that out. I'm going to hit it with a planer, then come back with the sander, and then this will be an awesome piece for me to practice finish sanding on and get that nice glossy shine back. Big yikes on this project. Trying to get those little scratches out right there, you can see, and running it through the planer, and I ended up splitting the wood right there. So clearly, if this was a real project, it would be totally ruined. I think what I would do next time, hopefully there isn't a next time, what I'd probably try to do is clean those imperfections out really good, and then just come in with more epoxy and then level it off. I've seen people do that, filling in holes, so I think I could get away with that. I'm still going to practice polishing this side. I need practice at that, even though, yeah, this is going to go in the trash. That's okay. I expected that I would make some mistakes. I had an idea on fixing that little bite that the planer took out of this tool. I'm going to end up covering this with Art Epoxy just to practice. Art Epoxy from Stone Coat helps to provide a protectant coat over the regular epoxy, as well as give it some UV protection. But what I could do, rather than just painting that on the piece is I just make another form and I just fill in that gap with that art epoxy. I think that could work. Might be a good practice shot.